it's time. It's time. It's time. I decided to get to y'all early this week. This game got a lot of ramifications. You know, every single week, man, I get on here and I talk about how important these games are. Every single game for the Cleveland Browns have become ramifications, right? Every single week I talk about the games for the Cleveland Browns and I say, this is the most important game in the world for Baker Mayfield. This is the most important game for the Cleveland Browns that I've seen in the last 20 to 25 years. This is what makes the Cleveland Browns one of the most exciting teams in the league to cover, right? Because it's like a soap opera. It's days of our lives, young and restless, as the world turns, General Hospital, Guiding Light, Santa Barbara, even Passions. Nobody in the league has more drama that goes on a daily basis consistently, other than probably the Dallas Cowboys, than the Cleveland Browns. None. On a consistent basis, the storyline just writes itself. You look at what happened last week. You get a quarterback, starting 0 for 5, left for dead. Gone. Look like that rookie year Baker Mayfield, the dirt was on his grave, the casket was closed. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. And we had the last little scoop of dirt put on his grave in the Undertaker. Old school Undertaker with Paul Bearer. Oh, the Undertaker. Baker Mayfield wouldn't die. He wouldn't go. And I was leading the pom-pom waivers too. I ain't no hater, I just talk a lot. Word to Big Pun. See, how I get down is this. I ain't gonna hate on you. I'm gonna just tell you what you did. And if I'm just gonna keep it a buck, he killed it in the second half. He killed it in the second half. He poured the gravy all over Cincinnati. It wasn't nothing you can do. Wasn't nothing you can do. He had all the cheat codes. He had all the Grand Theft Auto cheat codes. Baker Mayfield, he looked like he had the cheat codes, the game genie, the game shark codes. Baker Mayfield, a matter of fact, he was doing all the cheat codes, and then he just had all the Grand Theft. He had the bazooka, the guns. He was just running. He was just sitting on top of the Grand Theft Auto, on top of the parking garage, just blowing people up. Baker Mayfield was on fire. He had the star in Mario Brothers. He had the tail. He had the spitball power. He had 3 mushrooms, and he had the whistles, and he had the map. Sorry, the princess is in another castle. What nothing you could do. That's the guy we saw. That's the guy we saw first year in Cleveland. That's the guy we saw his rookie year. Spreading the ball, moving around. All of a sudden, he had pocket presence. I'm like, where does pocket presence come out? All this year, he was Ray Charles in the pocket. Stevie Wonder in the pocket. All of a sudden, he out here with the Book of Eli. He out here looking around, moving around, ducking and diving, moving, setting his feet, delivering balls, passing, jumping over people, throwing darts. I'm like, who is this guy? Touche. Touche. But let's talk about something. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This week, there's a new narrative. And just like many soap operas, it's always a new narrative. The new one, I put it out there on Twitter right after he threw that crazy back shoulder to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Is he now all of a sudden better without OBJ? And the Raiders come into town, and the Raiders have always scared me on this schedule. There's a couple of games on this schedule that have always scared me. The first of which are the Raiders. Because, see, Gruden, he's an old school pirate. He's an old school scallywag, low down, dirty scoundrel. He got a treasure map. He running old school plays. Here's the thing. Gruden comes in here and his playbook is multiple. Playbooks multiple. Playbooks multiple. Check it down to the fullback in the flats. He like tight ends too. He likes to run the stretch. He likes running the zone. He's doing his thing. He runs that same he run that same playbook, that same package that we run. David Carr's a funny style character too. He runs that same. It's almost a mirror match on the offensive end of the spectrum. It's just for the fact that the Raiders are a little funny style. I've always worried about this game because you never quite know what you get out the Raiders, right? You never know. I don't understand it. Then you go back and look at the tape and what they did against Patrick Mahomes, and you look at what they gave you against the Chiefs. They come against the Chiefs, they get turnovers. They were able to run the ball. They were able to be physical against the Chiefs. And so when you look at the Raiders, this is a very tricky matchup. This game has trap game written all over it. Trap card face down Yu-Gi-Oh! This game has trap game on it. And this is why this is a very interesting game, because you're going to have an opportunity to see what Baker talking about and what Stefanski talking about. Because this is an opportunity. A lot of emotion was given out. A lot of emotion. You came back on the road. You spilled your guts. You was tired. You gave everything you had. OBJ got hurt. Baker came back, threw for 5 touchdown passes. He proved a lot of people. He shut people up like me. He got a lot of people back on the side. He got a little bit cachet, a little money in the bank. People ain't going to jump on him if he play a little bad in the first half. He got a little bit of cachet built up. You at home. Now what you going to do? How you going to follow up that performance? You going to come out here lackadaisical? What the energy level looking like? How y'all going to run the ball? The run game been the last 3 games. What is the new the defensive perspective when OBJ ain't in the game? All these things I'm looking for, all the things I'm watching. And we going to see how the Browns come out and handle it, because this got trap game written all over it. Trap card face down. I'm going to take a card. I'm going to put it face down. I'm going to take a card, and I'm going to take your life points. I'm going to attack you. And what you didn't know is I got a special ability that takes my cards, life points, and takes yours from the graveyard. You didn't even know it. So when you look at this game, very tricky game in terms of what they're going to happen and what's going to happen with this game with the Raiders. If the Browns win this game, you must seriously start to consider one of the 2 things. You must start to consider that the Cleveland Browns are pretty much a lock to make the playoffs. Pretty much a lock. Unless they fold a catastrophic fold down the backstretch, they will make the playoffs. When you look at them making a 6-2 run down the backstretch, it's crazy. Also, go and look at my other blog talking about injuries and OBJ. You seriously have to look at the trade deadline and making some sort of moves and upgrading this roster and giving yourself an opportunity. Especially if you're looking at what the Ravens and what the Ravens and Steelers are doing moving down the backstretch. If the Ravens and Steelers lose a couple of games, you now have an opportunity to play those guys at your place. They've already won the first meeting. You get an opportunity to get them at your place. You now have an opportunity to split that meeting. And if they lose a couple of games coming down that backstretch, you may have an opportunity to get home field. And if you got an opportunity to get home field advantage, you seriously have to consider at 6-2, how are we going to make trades to make this team better? If there are trades to be made, the Minnesota Vikings, Harrison Smith is available. If Thielen is available, if they are looking to ship people off, you must look. You must look. Those names must be taken a peek at. If there's bargain barrel, basement stuff happening, if there's a blue light special on some players, we got to take a look at it. Buy one, get one free. 2 for 1s. Buy one, get one half off. 2 for 4s, 2 for 5 at rallies. Or checkers if you in the West Coast. We must look at this. Because at the end of the day, the Cleveland Browns moving to 6-2 have moved the needle a little bit. That puts them in playoff contention. But I will tell you this. The Raiders have trap game written all over them. The Browns must come out and they must hit. I'll tell you what, for you fantasy people, for the fantasy people that are out there, y'all might want to go ahead and pick Rashard Hollywood. Higgins up. Because Hollywood Higgins is open. You didn't know? He get out of the bed open. He's so open, the sheets don't like touching him. It's like gout. Like, you ever know somebody with gout? Gout hurts so bad, you don't even want to put the sheet on. You're like, oh, no, I'm going to just leave this down. Like, Higgins is open. 2 big plays. I want to see what Donovan Peoples-Jones going to talk about. I'm interested in seeing a receiving core. I'm interested in seeing Baker going to still spreadonomics. Is he still going to hit the people? This young boy, the young tight end we got, he's making a name for himself. He's making a name for himself as well. And we're going to consistently see if Myles Garrett is still going to be out here. He already got 10 sacks almost right now. He's consistently showing me. I told him I need 20. I need the 16, 17, 18s from Myles Garrett. I think he's working his way into the Defensive Player of the Year conversations. I like that. And slowly but surely, Carl Joseph, I saw you in the field. I saw Harrison on the field. I saw a lot less of Sendejo on the field. We need to go ahead and phase him out. Phase him all the way out like baby teeth. Pretty soon, we need to phase him out like baby teeth. Pretty soon, they just fall out and you be like, oh man, you just got your grown teeth? Get them up out of here. Please, please, please. But with that being said, very, 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 very interested in this game. We're interested to see if we can put that win streak back together. This is a huge one going into the bye week. And then you set yourself up to get Nick Chubb back. Set yourself up to get Nick Chubb back 1 week closer to getting him back. He might not be back the week after the bye week, but it gives you an opportunity, not that week, but the week after that. The week after that, and now you can get back and start talking about some stuff. Wyatt Teller, get him healed up a little better. Give your boy Jarvis Landry an opportunity, a much needed healing right here. This is a great way to feel good about yourself, feeling good, feeling great about yourself. If you can go into a bye with a win, this is probably going to be one of the best times to be alive as a Cleveland Brown fan. 6-2, going into a bye week. Are you kidding me? You know how many times we was going into the bye week talking about whether or not we getting fired, and if Jimmy Haslam going to be speaking on the bye week? Big week, big week. Baker, it's up to you, man. You done called the Wolves off. I done called the Wolves off. Show me something, dog. Show me something, dog. As always, man, like, subscribe, hit that button. We ready to talk. We ready to do something. We ready to see. Browns, Raiders. Ooh, lots of implications, baby. Let's go. In the words of the great Al Davis, just win, baby. Just win, baby. We'll take your slogan too. Shout out to the Raiders Nation, man. Shout out to the Raiders Nation, man. I like y'all, man. Where y'all at, man? I like y'all colors, man. Y'all got a crazy logo too, man. But this the coldest one to ever do it, man. How you have a logo that's the best logo? It ain't even on the helmet. Don't let us ever put this on the field. You let us put it on the field, we'll sell all the merch out. Stop playing with me, it's your boy G Bush, the barbershop. Ooh, yeah.